A quiet stillness filled the library where Amelia worked. Her job was to keep the library clean and the books neatly arranged on the shelves. At 20 years old, she was a lovely young woman with a curious nature. One afternoon, a peculiar-looking old man entered the library. He wore large, thick glasses and immediately began searching for a specific book. He eventually pulled out an ancient, leather-bound volume. The book was so old that its pages were brittle and showed signs of being eaten by moths. Amelia watched him with interest, as no one had ever shown any interest in that particular book before. Even she knew nothing about its contents. Hiding behind a tall bookshelf, she observed the man as he read. For 5 consecutive hours, the man remained engrossed in the book. Amelia, growing tired, dozed off for a short while. When she awoke, the man was gone, but the mysterious book was still lying on the table. Overcome with curiosity, Amelia picked it up and opened it. To her surprise, she discovered that a section of the pages had been hollowed out to create a secret compartment. Inside was a beautiful antique watch. Amelia was captivated by the timepiece. It had a single black button on the back, and instead of displaying the time, it showed the number 3. Unable to resist, she pressed the button. The number on the watch changed to 2. She pressed it again, and it changed to 1. With a sense of anticipation, Amelia pressed the button one last time. The watch now displayed the number 0, and words appeared beneath it. The watch began to blink, and then, to her astonishment, it spoke in a computerized voice. Time to go back. A brilliant light erupted from the watch, blinding Amelia. She was terrified and had no idea what was happening. The light grew brighter and brighter until she could see nothing at all. A loud noise echoed through the library, and then everything went dark. When Amelia opened her eyes, she was lying on the floor of a library, but it was not the same one she knew. This library was old and had a different layout. A poster on the wall caught her eye. It read, "Victorian-era city." "What? I'm in the Victorian era?" she exclaimed in disbelief. "This watch has sent me 150 years into the past. Oh my goodness, where am I?" Amelia cried out in panic. She was in the same physical location, but in a different time. She didn't know a single soul and had no idea how to return to her own time. Amelia rushed out of the library and onto the bustling streets. The people were dressed in unfamiliar clothing, and the buildings looked completely different. Overwhelmed with fear and confusion, she began to cry and ran aimlessly down the street. In her haste, she bumped into a young man. "Oh, dear lady, I'm so sorry. Are you all right?" he asked with concern. "Help me, please help me," Amelia pleaded. All right, please calm down and stop crying. Tell me what's wrong and how I can help you," the man said gently. "I'm lost. I want to go home," she replied, her voice trembling. "I see. You're lost. My name is Ethan. What's yours?" "My name is Amelia, and I don't belong in this time. I'm from the 21st century." Ethan chuckled. "Are you joking, miss?" "I'm not joking. Look at me. Do I look like I belong here?" Amelia retorted, her frustration growing. Ethan looked at her modern clothes, her unusual hairstyle, and listened to the way she spoke. He realized she might be telling the truth. "Okay, then tell me how you got here," Ethan said, his curiosity piqued. Amelia recounted the entire story of the old man, the book, and the magical watch. Ethan was astounded. "Listen, Amelia, I believe you, but you can't tell anyone else about this. They'll think you're crazy and might lock you up. First, we need to get you some different clothes. Yours are attracting too much attention. And try not to talk to anyone if you can help it. If someone asks who you are, just say you're my girlfriend. I know it sounds strange, but you're very beautiful, and other men might bother you." Amelia looked into Ethan's kind eyes and felt a sense of trust. They went to a nearby shop and bought her a beautiful dress that was appropriate for the era. Afterward, they had lunch together and spent the rest of the day in a park. Amelia told him all about the modern world, the schools, the technology, and the people. Ethan was fascinated by her descriptions of life in the 21st century. In turn, he told her about the Victorian era, the kings and queens, and their way of life. As they spent more time together, Amelia found herself forgetting about her old life. She was happy with Ethan, and he was happy with her. That evening, Ethan took her to his small, cozy house and showed her to a guest room. She fell asleep almost instantly, exhausted from the day's events. The next morning, Amelia was pleasantly surprised to find that Ethan had prepared breakfast for her. His cooking was delicious, and she was touched by his kindness. They spent another wonderful day together, which included a boat trip that Amelia particularly enjoyed. She thanked him for making her feel so special. As they were drifting on the water, Ethan took her hand. "Amelia, I'm so glad I met you," he began, his voice filled with emotion. "I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you, Amelia. Every moment I spend with you is precious to me. I know we come from different worlds, but I feel a powerful connection between us." Tears welled up in Amelia's eyes. "I love you too, Ethan. I want to be with you, but my family must be worried sick about me. I don't belong here. Don't cry, Amelia, please. We'll find a way to get you back." "Where's the watch?" Ethan asked. "I don't know. The last time I saw it was in the library," she replied. "Then let's go find it. Maybe you can go back." "I want to go back, but not without you. I truly love you, Ethan," Amelia cried. "Then I'll come with you. I'm ready to leave everything behind for you. Let's find that watch," Ethan declared. They hurried back to the library, and after a thorough search, they found the watch. Amelia held it in her hand and explained to Ethan how the button worked. They decided to hold the watch together while Amelia pressed the button. She prayed with all her might that they would be transported back to her time together. Amelia pressed the button, and the watch once again emitted a brilliant light. Ethan held her hand tightly, but the light was so intense that they couldn't see each other. A loud noise filled the air, and then there was only silence and darkness. When Amelia awoke, she was back on the floor of the 21st century library, but Ethan was nowhere to be seen. She stood up and frantically called his name. "Ethan! Ethan, where are you?" Her cries echoed through the empty library. Just then, her parents, who had been searching for her for 2 days, rushed in and found her in a state of distress. Her mother embraced her tightly, and they took her home. The next morning, Amelia was relieved to be back in her own home, but her heart aches for Ethan. She asked her parents if they had seen a young man with her, but they hadn't. She got dressed and returned to the library, searching for any sign of Ethan or the watch, but found nothing. He had been left behind in the Victorian era. Then a thought struck her. Ethan had told her his full name and date of birth. Ethan Williams. She decided to go to the local cemetery to look for his grave. She bought a single red rose and a small bouquet of flowers. At the cemetery, she gave the caretaker Ethan's name and birth date. He led her to a weathered tombstone that read, "Ethan Williams," with the same birth date Ethan had told her. Tears streamed down Amelia's face as she placed the rose on the grave. "Ethan, I love you so much," she whispered. "You are my first and last love. I'll never love anyone else." She began to dig a small hole to plant the flowers she had brought. As she dug, her fingers brushed against something hard. It was the magical watch. A smile spread across her face as she held it in her hand. "Ethan, I found it," she said, a renewed sense of hope in her voice. "I'm coming to see you again, and this time we'll be together forever."